Good morning, friends. Do you remember the story of Mr. Fulton who invented a steamboat to travel from New York to Albany? He was able to travel so much faster than anybody else using the steamboat across the Hudson River. But there was a problem. Steamboats needed rivers to travel on, and there were no rivers between some of the biggest cities. So people still couldn't use steamboats to go everywhere they wanted. People who wanted to travel from Albany to Buffalo had to come up with another solution because there was no river that connected the two places. Fortunately, during the time of westward expansion in the United States, people were very innovative, and canals were built to connect the rivers to lakes or other rivers. A canal is a deep, wide ditch dug by people to allow water to move from a river or lake to another place. By using canals, steamboats, and other types of boats, Americans were able to travel to more places. One very famous canal, named the Erie Canal, was built between Lake Erie and the Hudson River. After Erie Canal was built, other states started building canals too. And by the 1830s, there was an all-water route from New York to New Orleans. In the 1840s, it is known as the Canal Era because there were more than 3,000 miles of canals in the United States. This really increased the westward movement of people. Today, we'll learn about what life was like traveling on the Erie Canal during westward expansion by reading the journal of a 12-year-old boy. Pa and I have been making our way along the Erie Canal from Albany to Buffalo today at a good, steady pace. We're traveling on our brand new flatboat. A flatboat is a big, flat boat on which we carry goods and products along the Erie Canal. Well, to be honest, the flatboat isn't quite ours yet, but almost. Last night, Pa told me, when we reach Buffalo, we will have made the last payment on this flatboat. Then it's ours at last. You see, we made a deal with Mr. Franklin that every time we take the flatboat up and back for him, part of our pay goes toward buying the flatboat for ourselves. It has taken 3 years of hard work. We're really excited to actually own the flatboat because then we'll be able to keep all the money we earn on each trip we make. Ma and Sis are waiting for us in Buffalo. I can't wait to see them again. I love being on the flatboat with Pa, but all the work we do makes us tired. The thing is, I don't know exactly how many more days it'll take us to get to Buffalo. It depends on how much of the freight we sell along the way. The more we sell, the less the flatboat will weigh and the faster we'll be able to travel. Sometimes a store owner or a manufacturer at some town or villages asks us to add his products onto our flatboat. Every time we take more goods on board, it slows down our travel. My favorite part of helping Pa is that I get to take care of the mules. We have such a big flatboat that it takes 3 mules to tow it. They walk on the tow path next to the canal and pull the ropes that are connected to the flatboat. Some smaller flatboats along the canal are 1 mule flatboats, where sometimes horses or oxen do the pulling. Before people built the Erie Canal, it took longer to move things from the east westward. Because a flatboat floats on water, it's much easier to transport freight like coal and wood. Plus, you don't need to worry about a wagon wheel breaking on the trail. Not only that, it costs less money to travel on the canals than over land. Pa says that for every dollar it is used to cost to travel on land, it now costs only about a dime to travel on the canal's water. Because the canal made it so much easier and faster to head westward, many people moved west to farm or build new cities. See, Pa explained to me that moving out to the west seemed like a good idea once the people there knew they could sell whatever they grew or made to folks back in the east, as well as to people in the west. It's amazing how much the Erie Canal changed things here. It's hard to imagine a time without it. Lucky for us, Today was a really great day for traveling up the canal. In nice weather, we can travel a lot of miles. When it's stormy, though, like it was a couple of weeks ago, it's not so pleasant. It was snowing very much. We nearly had to stop right where we were. The snow was coming down so heavily you couldn't see your hand if you held it out right in front of you. Fortunately, our mules were always able to stay on the path even in a snowstorm. So I just let them lead the way and they bring us safely to the next town. Anyway, I think that's about it for now. I'm pretty tired after all the hard work today. I think it's time for me to get some sleep so I'm ready to work on the flatboat tomorrow.